Alright guys, today we are gonna be reacting to Andrew Wilson's attacker came back to take zero accountability for her bad, disgusting behavior. Let's jump in.
Okay, welcome back, Priscilla. So, do you want to introduce yourself to the people?
I am Priscilla.
Sweet. That's dope. Okay, welcome. All right, so Priscilla, you wanted to come back for a redemption episode. I guess where do we start? Do you want to say sorry to Andrew, maybe?
No, but I do want to say
Wow.
I do want to admit that I am ignorant of the YouTube rules and all of that. And so I do feel bad about
Not feeling bad.
kind of pooping on the show. And so I do apologize to you, Brian,
Oh,
for that.
wow.
Because that I'm very ignorant about. The YouTube stuff, I'm learning slowly. So,
Yeah, there's just certain words like the platforms don't allow, or it'll like demonetize the video. So we try to avoid saying certain words, slurs. There's certain topics that we go over before the show, like, hey, don't bring this up. So, yeah. But you did kinda, get in Andrew's face a little bit. Do you want to apologize for that?
No, I had it coming apparently.
Did this monster here, did he have it coming?
that was the first time I've ever met you.
And it
Yeah.
was love at first sight.
So why did you try to dress me down? Like,
He's a married man. I'm
like
sorry.
you really like that all happened because you came back. I didn't say a word to you, and then he came back and started trying to dress me down. That's when I made fun of you.
I thought it was interesting that I presented a thought about an argument that you made in the past, and then instead of having a proper rebuttal, you just attacked my character.
Oh wait. So well, first of all, I didn't attack your character. I made fun of your voice. But the thing is
That's part of my character.
when you came back, no, that's not what happened. When you came back, who the hell are you to do X, Y, Z? That's not an argument.
I didn't say, who the hell are you to do X,
Yeah, you
Y,
did.
Z?
You said that's her culture. Who are you to question her culture? So you weren't making an
I
argument.
said you don't know about her
Yeah,
culture.
you were trying to take.
I think that's laughable.
Yeah, you were trying to take a shot at me on your way out the door, and so I took a shot at you back. Otherwise, I wouldn't have engaged at all. And by the way, up until that
was
point,
not about you. That was about
no, you
an
were getting
I
into
thought
it.
it-
You're like, and you, Andrew, blah 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 blah, and then I made fun of you a little bit. But before that, I was totally respectful to you, as long as you were respectful to me. Is that not true? Did I say something before that was disrespectful?
I was on my way out, and I want to say it's like the equivalent of punching someone while they're turned around.
You came back
And I think
to yell at me.
I did not come back to yell at you.
Yes, you did. You were leaving, and then you came. You said, "Brian, you're a small
and I
man." And
said
then, as you
sorry.
were leaving, you came to take a shot at me. So then I made fun of you a little bit.
Yeah, me directly. Not any of my ideas, not my philosophy.
So it was warranted for you to personally attack Brian.
No, that was rude, but that is between Brian and
Oh.
Yeah, she basically came to the show to apologize to Brian, but she's not here to take accountability, guys. That's why it says zero accountability. She's not ready to take accountability. And she might do it again if she wanted to. But see, Brian bringing her back, you can take this in two sides, right? You can dismantle this in two sides. Or just present this in two sides. One, for clicks. Two, to keep exposing. We can use it to keep exposing female nature in their worst. See what I'm saying? Some of you guys might say, don't bring it back. Okay. But then at the same time, we can still have more information about what happens when a female doesn't want to take accountability. Right here.
I see. So the thing is like you weren't turning around to take shots at me. You were just turning around because you wanted to make an argument on your way out the door. That's very strange.
I guess I felt unheard and I wanted to feel heard and I wanted to get my say. And I felt like my voice was being sort of...
How was I didn't have anything to do with that. I was just sitting here. Yeah, I was literally just sitting here. I didn't do anything to you. Then I made fun of you slightly because you decided
I think it's really weird how you keep downplaying it.
You decided to dress me down. Yeah, I don't think it was that bad.
No, I do.
Yeah, it was get in your face and shove the chairs and
I did
it was
not
that
shove
bad.
the chair.
You pull up the video.
I moved the chair. Not
well,
shove the chair and move the chair in my direction so that you can look at me in my eyes
Well,
because I think that in order to have proper empathy, you should probably look at someone in their eyes.
It was definitely it was a bit of a shove.
It's not funny. It's true. I was like, okay, well, if he wants to...
And you know what's crazy? The way that she did it. If it was a guy, bro, for a female, that guy will be in prison. Because there was some, there was threat of violence. So
look at me in my face and mock me like, okay,
Yeah.
like at least you're
Well, you
looking
were-
at me and not while I'm
you
turned
were-
around going to leave.
Well, you were doing things which were mock-worthy, and no, you weren't turned around to leave. You
Just
were
being
standing.
myself
You were
is
standing there
mock-worthy.
yelling at me, and I mocked you to your face. You weren't leaving, and I mocked you. You forget the part where you turned to me, and,
I was
and
not
started
yelling.
started to.
I
lay
was not
You
yelling.
started to lay into me, and so I mocked you, and then you
You're
flew
right.
around the table, shoved the chair, got right in my face.
Right.
Right.
I still make fun
Put
of
your
her.
face down.
I did not clench
Right.
my fist.
The fist
Losing your
might have been
minds.
clenched. Sorry, go ahead.
Losing your mind.
I was
right?
not losing my mind.
You were losing your mind.
And
you
then I
were
thought it was
hysterical.
interesting how when
This is like woman revisionist history.
I thought, no, you know what's funny is that if I was a man, you would not be so audacious because
no, you're right. I
you
would have thrown you out the
know,
window.
you know,
right? That's true. I would have just thrown you right
you
out
would
the
have
window.
thrown. No, okay. So let me no. If I was a bigger man than you, you would not flap your mouth
Do you
like that,
think that-
because you know that I am less powerful than
It's
you
really
physically.
funny. Most men.
That's why you're doing
Do you
that.
realize that I was in an ordeal kerfuffle in Miami, Florida, with a guy who was
Shocker.
a guy who was massive, roid raged out of his fucking mind, and he was threatening to do bodily harm to me live on a stage, right next to me. I didn't back down an inch. I don't give a shit if you're a man or you're not a man.
No, I'm not saying
arguments.
that.
Arguments are arguments. When people go crazy and try to make them physical,
I did not go crazy.
You went crazy.
I got to vouch, and just to vouch for Andrew, the man in question was a large man, bald. I'm not saying that to insult, but he was blasted in tattoos, and he was an ex-convict.
and he was massive.
Massive, huge dude. I'm not talking shit about. I'm just saying. And Andrew looked him in the face. I don't even know if you looked at him. You're just like, whatever. I'm not even scared. And Andrew wasn't scared at all. To be fair, it was Florida, and Andrew was armed with a firearm.
But I'm armed with a firearm everywhere
So there is that.
because it's just generally speaking a good idea.
Especially for women.
I don't disagree with that. Except
Yo, she's so passive aggressive. My goodness, bro. She's so passive aggressive that it's almost dangerous, in my opinion. Look at her, how she's looking. She's looking at him with the spice. Spiteful. Look at her. Like she really wants to throw the microphone in his face.
usually they don't get sufficient training, and so their gun gets used against them. But I don't disagree. I prescriptively think that women should probably carry firearms. I think it's a good idea. But that aside, I didn't run and get in your face. I didn't run over to you. I didn't go into your... Now, I want you to view it this way. If you were sitting there and I did the same thing, how would I be viewed?
No, but I do want to say that you are stronger, and there is that power
Oh, I see. So you can do whatever you want to me because I
Not
can't because I
whatever I
can't do
want.
harm to you.
But I did not touch you, so I think
Yeah.
it's weird that you
You're-
framed it as assault.
Because you're banking on female.
I did not throw anything near you, so
You're
And
banking
there
there
we
was
go.
female
nothing.
privilege.
He took that word out of my mouth. Female privilege. She knows that she has the privilege. That's why she went to him or towards him and threatened him. She knows that Andrew was, even she's at fault, Andrew's going to be perceived as the bad guy. She knows that, guys. She knows it.
idea is I can do whatever I want to you
No.
because
Crazy. I mean, when it comes to this, is going to be like this for the next 10 minutes, but it's kind of a long video. But in my personal opinion, this is what is wrong with females today, man. Not all of them, right? Not all of them, but most. Like Jesse Lee Peterson says, this right here is a problem, guys. And this is what happened with yell out generations, because this is thought. Mom probably taught her to do these things, and grandma taught her how to do these things. So you get into the continuous generation of not allowing females to just be accountable for their actions. And just, I mean, from the same position that she went and threatened Andrew, at that point, she could have used any kind of extension, whether it's a bat or arm or whatever, to harm Andrew. The intentions was to really hurt him. It was to hurt him. And I'm surprised that she even has the audacity to come to the show and still no accountability. And I always remind you guys, and they can influence our political system. Just leave it there. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you next one.